morning, guys, as it is 1 a.m. in the morning after midnight. So I am starting a trip which is around 1,200 kilometers with MG4 luxury 64 kilowatt hours version. So we'll see if I am going to have any trouble while making this 1,200 kilometers. From last charge, 0. Accumulated total, 0. From start, 0. By the way, the altitude we are starting is 22 meters and the destination is around 500 meters higher than the sea level. So we should also count it while judging the results at the end of the trip. Getting the first 100 kilometers mark, and at the moment outside is too windy, 17 Celsius degrees, and the consumption is 18.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. It is actually really high for 100 kilometers speed. The first part of the journey is finished. I am charging now with 30 kilowatt hours fast charger. Total distance we made 231 kilometers, 18.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, and the average speed is actually 87. As I stopped, it keeps dropping down, and I came here with 18%. Now it's 21. There was really strong wind. The temperature is 16 Celsius degrees, and we started from 22 meters of altitude from sea level, and at the moment we are, I'm not sure if you can see it just here, at 240 meters. So we are also going to keep climbing as the final destination is around 500 meters altitude from the sea level. Okay, see you at the next update. So I would like to show you that from 22 meters we have climbed to 1022 meters, and it is also affects the energy consumption. So I had some food and get a cup of coffee, and the car is 95% at the moment. I am going to wait another 10 minutes and keep driving. I am not sure what is the reason, but my car doesn't charge up to 100% on DC chargers. I only able to charge my car up to 100% on AC chargers. And I started with 18% of state of charge up to 97%. It took 58 minutes because the charging speed is being reduced incredibly fast after 80%. Outside temperature dropped to 10 Celsius degrees. I am having my second charge today. Actually, I don't need it because if I drive to my destination without charging the car here, I would go there like 10-15 kilometers range, but I don't want to risk it, so I am charging it now. With one charge stop, yes, you can make around 600 kilometers with this car. If you drive slower, you can make more, because approximately about 60 kilometers of the journey I have driven the car with the top speed on a highway, 170 kilometers. And if you use your car over 150 kilometers speed, just divide your range in the middle, which means you can get around 200 or 210 kilometers of range with this car when you are driving over 150 kilometers per hour speed. So I am going to give you the final data when I get to my destination. Good evening, everyone. Second part of the trip is beginning. I am charging the car now, and see you at the next update. The first phase of our returning trip is finished, 152.3 kilometers. Average consumption is 17.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Yesterday, from this charger to my destination, the energy consumption was 25 kilowatt hours, but now it is 17.4 kilowatt hours. Because yesterday we were climbing and the altitude that we were climbing is over 1000 meters. But now we are driving to Istanbul, and Istanbul is at sea level. We are driving to lower altitude. That's why the energy consumption is lower. And also yesterday, it was exactly the same temperature. Here 16 Celsius degrees, and now it is 16 Celsius degrees. When we drive to lower altitude, of course, we are getting lower energy consumption. Hello guys, so we are driving on the highway, on a foggy highway, and so far we have made 996.5 kilometers. The average consumption is 19.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. The average speed seems like 75, but do not trust it. It should be at least 100 kilometers because I never driven the car under 100. Actually, 80% of the journey I used the car over 130, between 130 and 170 kilometers per hour speeds. And I have left 129 kilometers to my destination. So I am going to give you the latest data when I get home. And by the way, also I have used the car among the journey, 99% of the journey actually. The HVAC was on. End of the trip, I am in Istanbul again, and the total journey 1140 kilometers. Average consumption 19.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And average speed is actually not 76 kilometers because, as you know, as you keep stopping, the average speed keeps dropping. It should be at least 100 kilometers because I really use the car on high speeds, just like I used my internal combustion engine car. And actually this result is not bad, but because of the wind and the temperature and the climbings that we made, the consumption is high. But in normal conditions, fairly better temperature and not too much climbing from 22 meters to 1000 meters. And being a little bit gentle on the accelerator, this consumption can be lower. Anyway, with MG4 64 kilowatt version, you can have long journeys. This was my long trip with MG4. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.